Hi, I'm Dan Pariser. It's getting on towards late fall and it's time to think about making turkey for the family. Yesterday, I took the turkey from the butcher and I brined it. That's really nothing special. It's just soaking it in a gallon of water with a cup of salt and a cup of sugar. That will markedly improve the flavor of the turkey later. Let's just take it out of the brine, drain it, and then we'll pat it dry with some paper towels. Making a turkey is not that difficult. It's really very much like making a big chicken. There are a couple of things, though, that you need to watch out for. The problem with most of the turkeys that our mothers and grandmothers made was that they ended up much too dry. First, the brining will help that. Secondly, the primary reason they got dry is because all of the cookbooks back then had you put the stuffing inside the turkey and then cook it so the stuffing cooked. But by the time the stuffing is cooked, the meat around it was overdone. So what I've done is I've thoroughly cooked the stuffing first, and it's come out of the oven and it's now at room temperature, and we're going to stuff the turkey with the cooked stuffing so that all it has to do is heat up. Now this turkey, like most of them, has two cavities for the stuffing. The one we're all familiar with, but also another one at the neck. This is easiest to stuff if we turn the turkey upside down. And let's get some stuffing in there. There we go. This is sausage and cranberry stuffing, but you can do any stuffing that you like. I like to use some small skewers. Just through that flap of skin that the butcher has conveniently left for us. 2 skewers. And then we'll take a piece of kitchen twine and tie it up. The skewers are a little long, so what we're going to do is just snip them off. It's really just so they don't burn in the oven. Somehow the smell of burning wood from your kitchen is probably not going to thrill your mother-in-law. Now the main cavity. All right. Don't pack it in too tightly. The stuffing needs some room to expand as the juices from the turkey get into it and make it moist. Now our butcher seems to have removed the Pope's nose from the back of this turkey, so we're going to use skewers again to help close it up. This time we'll take a longer piece of kitchen twine so that we can then truss the turkey. Trim the ends of the skewers. And just a quick wrap around the legs. Go over the thigh and under the point of the elbow. Come across, under the elbow, and over the thigh, and tie with this kitchen twine from before. So we're all set to go into the oven, but this bird will brown much better and look much nicer if we have some sort of glaze on it. You can use anything you like: olive oil, salt and pepper, turkey spices, poultry spices, any combination you like. I've actually taken a half a stick of butter, a half a cup of orange juice, and about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. a little pepper, and this is the glaze. Just paint it on. We'll do it once now and once or twice more during the baking process. There we go. My oven's been preheated to 350. We're going to put it in a roasting rack. This one is a nice one. It's got a V-shaped insert that will keep the chicken out of its own cooking juices and let the air circulate around it so all sides of it get brown. If we didn't have this, it would be better if we rolled the turkey a couple of times during the baking process to get all sides of it brown. But let's put it in, and it will cook here for about an hour and a half before we look at it again. All right, the turkey was 10 to 12 pounds, and at 15 minutes a pound, it's been in the oven about 3 hours. We've basted it a few times with the orange glaze. And here it is. To check that it's done, we'll take an instant read thermometer and put it into the thickest part of the thigh, but without touching the bone. It should be about 165 degrees. And I see that we're just a little low, but while it comes out of the oven, while it rests, it will come up to temperature. So we'll simply tent it gently and let it rest for a few minutes. Well, it's rested now. Let's take the tin foil off and carve it. First, we want to remove the kitchen strings now. Kitchen string is not just any string that's lying around the house. This is actually meant for cooking. You can find it in the cooking section of most large stores or in the gourmet section of your deli. Let's get the stuffing out. We'll remove the skewers. And take it out. Although it was thoroughly cooked before we put it into the bird, it's now moist and hot and flavorful from all of the juices from the meat. All right, when you take this to the table, I recommend that you only carve a couple of slices if your guests want to see what it's like. Take a long slicing knife like this and find right here, you'll be able to feel a little indentation where the muscles are. Lay your knife against it and just run it horizontally for the first cut. Then down, once or twice, down to that cut, and the slices will come right off. Now that we've done that, I recommend that you take it back into the kitchen to fully carve the turkey. Again, it's like a large chicken. The first thing we do is we take off the legs. At the joint between the leg and the body, just run your knife down until you can feel the leg starting to come loose. Take your hand and press out. The joint of the thigh will then be exposed, and you can see it, and finish cutting it loose. Stand the leg up and open the knee joint here, and it will simply guide, the joint itself will guide your knife, and it'll come right apart. You can then divide this into smaller serving portions. turn the bird around and using the edge of the knife, come in between the wing and the body and open it up, and once again break or dislocate that joint, and then run your knife there. Take off the wingtip and separate the two pieces of the wing at the elbow joint. Slice, open, finish the cut. Now to finish the breasts, I recommend that you take off the entire breast in one piece. Feel along the center line and you'll be able to feel the breastbone of the turkey. Lay your knife there, slice down, feeling for the edge of the bone. And then very gently follow the bone down and out. And separate the entire breast from the turkey. Now that that's done, you can slice it into beautiful individual slices without worrying about hitting bones. And there we are. Okay.